Welcome to my channel. My name is Michael Trader, otherwise known as Tired Tater. On my channel you'll find some bottle reviews and some blind samples from my Sputter Dud series. And I don't just focus on what's new and hot and happening. I also go back to stuff that had already been released and I may have missed and haven't tried until now. So without further ado, let's get into a bottle review of a local store pick. So those of you that know me, you guys know that there's one brand that I just love that's not Elijah Craig. It might be above here, but it's Circle City Whiskey, and I love supporting them. I love Drew and Victor and what they do, and I love all the bottles that I get out of there. I mean, every time I go to a store, I buy a bottle and I just love it. So today is no different. One of my buddies, him and his dad, Dr. Dave, opened up a new speakeasy out of Terre Haute, Indiana, and it's called Poor Decisions Tasting Room. And at the time of recording this was their first week of being open full time. I'll drop a link in the description to their Facebook page. It's by far one of the cleanest and classiest spots I've ever seen. I've yet to go there, but I plan on it. But today, I am going to be reviewing their 12-year rye pick that is 12 years old, 129.7 proof. It is the classic 95.5 MGP Mashbill, and I'll say that Drew gets these barrels that are deep, rich, and probably the best ryes on the market. I've blinded it against everything from Thomas Handy to a Michter's rye to Old Forester rye, and it just beats everything, and I love it. So let's see if this one fits that description as well. One thing that I'll say is I've found that a lot of the barrels that I really love from Circle City Whiskey that are 12-year ryes, they're almost always extremely bourbon friendly. And I wasn't really a rye guy until I had a Circle City bottle, and man, it's got me hooked. So let's give this a pour. Let's see how it is. Just a reminder, this is a 12-year rye, 95.5 MGP, 129.7 proof, and an MSRP of $139. Luckily, I beat Jackson in a fantasy league in the Indiana Bourbon Club, so I may or may not have gotten this bottle for free. So thanks, Jackson, for losing. Appreciate you. So let's see how this nose is. Damn, that's good. I love these ryes that Drew puts out. They are just so damn good, especially on the nose. So I get a lot of baking spices, some wintergreen, more sweet than minty. I get some allspice, some chocolate covered raisins, some anise, fancy, no dill, even though I love me some dill pickles, a very, very mild coffee note, but not overpowering. Oh, man, this is so good. It's super complex. Honestly, like if you could have a rye whiskey as a candle, this would be the #1 contender. I would give this nose a 9.1 out of 10. Incredible. 2. So it smells good, and I could smell it all day, but when it comes down to it, it's the taste that matters. Let's see how it is. Bang, that's good. So, full of spice, as you would expect from a rye. You get some heavy char, a little bit of sweetness to it, some leather. It really hits on the sides and the back of my tongue. It's hard to really compare this to any other rye because the other ryes I've had are pretty different. I would say that this is more akin to like an Elijah Craig barrel proof rye, which I love, but not nearly as sweet as that because that's a barely legal rye from what I understand. This rye is not herbally or grassy or too minty, but it's very bold, full of spices. It's very, very bourbon friendly. If you don't like rye, you probably will like this. If you're someone who loves oak bombs and savory notes in a bottle, this is 100% for you. It lets you know that it's a high age whiskey without drying your palate out. This rye, honestly, I'd give that 8.4 out of 10 confidently. It is amazing. I took too many sips out of that to really get a good taste of So oh shit. So I got to go in for some extra because I got a little carried away on that taste. Let's see. Let me give me another pour. All right. So let's see how the finish complements the taste and see if it falls off or if it stands up to it. So the finish is like many other rye single barrels out of Circle City. It's bold, palate coating. The one nitpick to this is I wish it had a slightly sweeter profile to it, but I also love having unique expressions on my shelf, if you can't tell, when I'm in the mood for a certain profile. So some days I want a sweet rye, some days I want an oak bomb rye, and I think this really fills in that spot. For the finish, it's long, it's awesome. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's really good. So all in all, this rye is exceptional. I'm sure Jackson's gonna love to hear that. I would happily share this with anyone who isn't a fan of rye, and this will convert you. So before I tell you the score for this, I just want to remind you to like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend, and comment below what rye got you into rye whiskey. So the score, I honestly would give it an 84.5 out of 100, which easily outranks several allocated ryes that I've had throughout my bourbon journey and rye journey. So I highly recommend this bottle. It is on sale right now at Pour Decisions Tasting Room in Terre Haute, Indiana. I'll drop a link to the Facebook page below and tell Jackson that I sent you. Or if you want to go to Circle City in South Broad Ripple at the time of recording this, they're open from Thursdays to Sunday. Hours kind of vary, I want to say, depending on if he has events. But I'll also put Circle City's page in the description below. If you're a fan of my content, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and maybe I'll compare some of these ryes to some unicorn bottles. Thank you again, Jackson. I look forward to trying all your store picks, and I'll see you guys here next time. Cheers.